Ashton with Oakland Roots, and today we are going to be sowing some of our seeds using the winter sowing method. This method is completely new to me, but it is really good for those of you who don't have enough space inside to start a lot of seed trays, or maybe you don't have enough window lighting, or you don't have the opportunity to use grow lights. This is a very low maintenance and easy way to start your seeds outside really early on. I have never used this method, but I've done a little bit of research on it and I'm really intrigued. So we're going to give it a shot this year. From what I have seen, the best seeds for winter sowing are those that say on the packet that they are cold tolerant or frost hardy, or if they say that you can plant them outside before the last frost. Perennials that are meant to be planted in the fall. This way that cold snap should allow them to bloom the first year they are planted. And also some herbs are really good for this method. So I've got a variety of seeds. I don't actually have this many jugs, but we are going to use what we have and get a few of these planted. You will need a gallon jug, a Sharpie to mark which varieties you are using, duct tape, an X-Acto knife for just a sharp knife, your seeds, a bowl to mix up your soil in, or a bucket will work too. And then you will also need just regular potting mix soil. I actually have that out in the garage, and we'll get the soil all mixed up out there because typically we would be doing this in the greenhouse, but it is 32 degrees outside, and Mom and I actually spent most of the morning cleaning pots in the greenhouse, and I still have not warmed up from that. We do have a heater in there, but it is not very high powered, and right now we don't want to be running it a lot since it's the middle of January and not real efficient use of energy. So instead, here I am at my dining room table about to start some seeds. So the first thing we do is take your jug, you can take the lid off and just pitch it. You don't need that anymore. And then right under the handle, you are going to start your cut, and this gives you a deep enough reservoir that the seeds have enough room to develop their roots and to stay watered. You are going to start on one side of the handle and then cut all the way around in a straight line, or as straight as you can. It's a little tricky, until you get to the other side of the handle and stop. That should be about 1 inch of a gap. So I cut, you can see that I left about 1 inch, and this is just enough to give you a nice hinge so that you can open and close it easily. Now, after you have cut your reservoir open, you are going to flip it over and cut drain holes in the bottom, which this one actually still has a little water in there. So we're going to dump that out. And then we are going to just take the X-Acto knife, and I'm going to make 4 holes. And that should be plenty for the seedlings. So for now, we are done with this, and now we are ready to mix up our soil and get started. Now that we've got our soil in our bowl and we've got some water on there, we're going to mix it up and see if it's the right consistency. May have got it a little full. So you want the dirt to where you can squeeze it and no water comes out, but it still forms a shape. So this is pretty good to start. Now, we are going to pour the dirt into our jug. You might have to weight down until you get the dirt in there. You might have to weight it down a little bit. And I'm leaving a lip, probably an inch or so from the lip of the container, and you can fill it a little more. I will probably be transplanting these pretty early, so I'm not too worried about how much room they have for their roots for right now. And you want to just gently tamp the dirt down. Don't pack it in, but make it at least level to where you can dig the holes for your seeds. I'm gonna add a little more. Okay, now I'm going to wash my hands off and we can plant our first seeds. So my original plan was to do sweet peas today because they have a really big seed and that'd be really easy to see. But you need to soak these for 24 hours, so I will be planting these tomorrow. Instead, I am going to try Lupine Russell Hybrid Mixed Colors. These are perennials that are for full sun or part shade, and they can be sown in average soil in full sun after dangerous frost. In our zone, they can be planted in April through October. So they're pretty early direct sow seeds, so we're going to go ahead and try those out. You're supposed to sow the seeds 12 inches apart, but we are not going to do that. We'll see how many we can fit in here. And you sow them at 1/4 inch deep. These are pretty good size. These are much more fun to plant than the ones that are teeny tiny and you can't really tell if it came off of your finger or not. So I am going to go ahead and use my finger and poke a 1/4 inch deep hole for each of these. Okay, and then we will just drop the seed. And then we are going to just barely cover the top of those. Okay, the last step is to spray the top so that you can water the seeds in the soil. The best way to do this is with a spray bottle that has a fine mist. You can do it, you can pour water on top, but for seeds, especially those that are really small, this is better so that you don't dislodge the seeds. Make sure the top of the soil is really nice and wet, and then we are good to go. The next thing you do is, now we've got them planted, we are going to take the duct tape and we're going to duct tape the gallon jug back closed. To put a few different pieces so that I can make sure it stays good and sealed for the entire spring season. Once you get the first piece on there, it's a lot easier to do the rest. And then the final step is to take a piece of duct tape. You can write right on the jug, but a lot of people said that by the time, since these are sitting outside, by the time they were ready to take them out of the jug, the Sharpie had weathered off and they couldn't tell what they had planted. So I'm going to put a piece right on top there, and then I'm going to write the type of plant, the variety, which is Russell Hybrid Mix, And then I'm going to put the date that it is sown, which is 1/9/21. And then I am also going to put the days till germination, which for these is 18 to 21 days. So that's actually a really long germination time. Okay, and here it is. So the good thing about these is this is ready. I can just go set this outside wherever I plan to keep it. You want to keep it somewhere that the wind won't come through real strong so that they don't fall over. But the snow and rainfall will actually go through the top of this, so you don't have to water these. The few places that I'd seen that had done this had a little bit more of a dry climate, so they did add water. Here in Missouri, we have quite a bit of rainfall, especially in the spring, so I think we'll be okay, but it's probably a good idea, especially from the start, to be checking on these quite often and add a little bit of water if you think there's not enough. So we have one down, and now we will plant some more. Now that we have all of our jugs planted, the next step is to take them outside. It is actually dark tonight, so I will wait till tomorrow to take them out, and I will be sure and take a picture of how I set those up. And we're hoping to do more of these, but right now this is all the jugs we have, but we have all of our family members saving some back. So the varieties I did today were Herb Butterfly Milkweed, Gailardia Lollipop Mix, Pansy Brushstrokes, African Blue Disc Daisy, Dianthus Hollandia Purple Crowned, Lupine Russell Hybrid Mix, and Ornamental Kale Crane White. I have no idea which one of these varieties will work best for this method or not, so this is definitely a trial run for us. Let me know if you have done this in the past and what types of plants have worked the best for you. I'd love to learn more about it, and I will keep you all updated as we go. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.